Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of James Bond Bitcoin Live 00126 hashtag uptime. All right, let's see what's going on in the notes section here, real quick. This is what I'll be talking about. Bond trading view. Yes, I have another bond trading view. List of top 55 coins and tokens compared to Bitcoin percentage and all-time high flagged for shorts. So if you don't know what that is, that's just a nice little listing platform that I've customized, and I branded it Bond Trading View. And the whole purpose of it is to give you a list of coins that I've flagged, so you can short or dump if you have those coins to get more Bitcoins. Now, if you've been doing any of that since I started the James or the Bond Trading View, there's a really good chance you made a ton of money in Bitcoin. A ton of money. Anyways, next in the notes section is a little article I'll be talking about. Coinbase exchange crashes as Bitcoin price launches past 19,000. Apparently, if you're on Coinbase, the price of one Bitcoin past 19,000. Wow. So I think they're having some liquidity issues over at Coinbase, or they jacked up the price because while the price of Bitcoin on Coinbase was 19,000, I think it was still like just below 15 to 16,000 on Bitstamp and on Bitfinex and maybe some of the other like main exchanges. So this is interesting. Maybe they just wanted to make a little bit more money. Who knows? It also crashed, so the site crashed. We'll talk about that a little bit. Also, in the notes section here is a leaked report to shareholders renews concern surrounding Bitfinex. So there seems to be a leaked report to the shareholders that is a little concerning because the money may not all be there as far as Tether, or the biggest purchaser of Tether is Bitfinex. Isn't that wonderful how that works out? Aren't they one and the same company or owned by the same group of people? Must be great to get a loan from one of the other companies that you own to get a loan for your other company and then get a loan from your other. So it's just the same loan going back and back, going in a circle. Anyways, what's next? What I'm going to talk about? Okay, so Bittrex selling private data and hiding the truth. If you're on Bittrex and all of a sudden you can't withdraw because now they need to know who you are, do you ever want to don't you ever wonder what they do with your information? Well, they may be just taking it and selling it. Now, I've always had a suspicion that's what credit cards do. You know that little mail you get from the credit card company saying how they share your information with third parties? I have a even deeper and sneakier suspicion about the credit card companies. Not only do I believe they're sharing your information for marketing purposes, like they say in that disclosure, but they're also selling your name, your social security number, your age, even your credit card, all right, your credit card number and the expiration date to third parties as well. And then those third parties are selling it to someone else who knows, probably on the dark net, right? And that's why America has the greatest amount of credit card fraud in the entire world. All right. And then next is cat fight. Meow. Cat fight. You know, usually when I hear cat fight, I think of two women like clawing at each other, grabbing their hair. But in this case, cat fight. Ethereum users clash over CryptoKitties. Yes, that kind of cat fight. I'll be going over that. And then finally, it's a wonderful life for Bitcoin Evangelist as community expresses its gratitude. If you haven't already heard, it seems like the greatest advocate for Bitcoin, Andreas Antonopoulos, was too busy taking care of his family and kids to hold on to his Bitcoin. I guess you can't blame him because he actually practices what he preaches, which is he uses his Bitcoin. You know, can't blame the guy. Anyways, I'll go over that as well. And so that's what I'll be talking about in this episode. And then also in the notes section, I'll give you some useful links. This is the partitioned off. These are the news aggregators. You should all stay up to date if you want to know what's going on in this space. Coinspectator, real-time cryptocurrency news aggregator. CryptoPanic is a news aggregator platform indicating impact on price and market for traders and cryptocurrency enthusiasts. And Crypto Kings. Those are all news aggregators. And then next, partitioned off in the notes section, is all the potential forks, hard forks, fake forks, joke forks, already forked, and forked that aren't really forks, and then potential hard forks, along with it's time to stop, the it's time to stop meme. It's time to stop with all these forks. Bitcoin Platinum, which was a joke fork. I have the link to the website as well as the bitcointalk.org forum where the joke forum actually started. Bitcoin Uranium, still hopeful for something for Bitcoin Uranium. Let's see if any gullible fool will pick that up. And then Bitcoin Cash Plus, Bitcoin Classic, SegWit 2x, the fake SegWit 2x. The real SegWit 2x died and never initiated. The fake SegWit 2x, well, this is a what I would call quote unquote shitty coin, the CITYCION, shitty coin. And then Super Bitcoin, Bitcoin Diamond, the ticker symbol BID, which I still can't find anywhere. I cannot find that. I cannot find this coin anywhere, but apparently it has hard forked. Bitcoin Diamond BCD, which you get 10 Bitcoin diamonds for every 1 Bitcoin. And looks like there is a futures market for that, and it's trading. Just some question of, are they going to actually have a blockchain and anybody is going to be mining it, you know? So that's the question for that. And then also Lightning Bitcoin, which is happening just before Christmas. And I haven't put in the note section yet. I haven't done my research, so I don't know if I should put it in. But apparently there's Bitcoin Uranium and then Bitcoin God. I'll probably have to do some research before I put it in the note section, but I'll mention it. And then list of airdrops. That's also a link to a website that gives you a list of airdrops. Use at your own peril. Just for those people who like to receive free money falling from the sky. Also partitioned off in the notes section, I have some useful links. These links, I believe, should help you understand the crypto space a lot better, give you a better idea of what's going on. SegWit charts, if you want to know the SegWit adoption rates and transactions. Coin Codex is a listing platform, just similar to CoinMarketCap. Live Coin Watch, another listing platform. Just as the name, it's Live Coin Watch. It actually has live feeds. CoinGecko, that one in particular has an index for developer participation as well as community participation. Really helpful to know if there's actually some, good support behind that coin that you probably been suckered into buying. BitInfo charts, a listing platform, somewhat but more of a fundamental platform. It gives you information on hashing rate, block times, transaction volume, all this good stuff. Good to know what's really going on with these blockchains. And then I have Joho's mempool statistics for Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. It really helps to take a look at that. I'll go over the Bitcoin fees. I'll also go over the mempool, and then I'll do a Bitcoin chart analysis at the end of the show. All right. I'll get to the good stuff at the end. So you probably have to listen to all this nonsense. Sorry. But I guess if you want, you can just, I don't know, put it on mute, do something else, and just come back later. Salome.io. This is another listing platform, but it measures social media volume. Because remember, these coins are not companies. They don't produce anything, and they don't offer any services. The only way you can, get people to buy into these coins is through social engineering. And then transaction accelerator, if you need it, you might need it today. The price of Bitcoin has gone astronomically high. A lot of people are trying to get into the exchanges or get off the exchanges. More likely trying to get onto exchanges. That's why Coinbase crashed today. So if your transactions are stuck, we'll take a look at it. I actually had to do a 350 Satoshi per byte transaction. That was $12, but it was worth it because, man, I had to do a trade today. And then Bitcoin Cash hash rate historical chart 6 months. If you want to get a good idea of comparison of the two blockchains with the same mining algorithm. All right, next in the note section that's been partitioned off is, can Bitcoin be replaced via multiple hard forks? James Bond interview on Crush the Street, published November 9th, interviewed November 7th, and check it out. I say some interesting things. Collecting your, let me see here, free Bitcoin Gold coins with Coinami. I'm sure by now you should all have your Bitcoin Gold, and most likely, last time I checked, the price of Bitcoin Gold was going down, so most likely you've been selling it, and hopefully you've been buying more Bitcoin, or maybe you cashed out. It's a holiday season. Wouldn't hurt to buy yourself a nice gift. How to, and just in case you're having a tough time, I made a video how to split Bitcoin Gold BTG01. All right, using your Coinami wallet. And if you don't have an Android and you can't download Coinami, they have a mnemonic code converter that comes from Coinami, a recovery phrase tool. So you can actually import your backup, your 24, well, how many word mnemonic seed into the recovery tool, and then just select Bitcoin Gold from the coin, and then boom, you have your addresses. You'll still need a wallet, but at least you have something to sweep out of, and that's another good way to split your Bitcoin Gold. And then I have Bitcoin Gold, and I wouldn't go to that site because I don't know if that site might have some virus or malware that might steal my Bitcoin. So, web browser beware, surfer beware. All right, and next in the notes section is, if you watch this video or any other cryptocurrency video from YouTube, and there's an ad that's trying to convince you that BitConnect is a moneymaker, typically by someone like Craig Grant or maybe his mistress Juliana, you might want to check out these articles first before you sink your life savings into BitConnect. Why has ICO Index labeled BitConnect as an outright fraud? Notice regarding high yield coins on top of BitConnect. What is BitConnect and why we have decided to distance ourselves from it? And if you want to watch a video about 3 BitConnectors, I interview 3 BitConnectors, James Bond Bitcoin Live 0017. 2 of them rage quit. One of them was stupid enough to stick around to let you know where you could find them. And then I had the fourth guest was just a regular guest, had no connection to BitConnect. And it's obvious to him that BitConnect is a Ponzi. It's a scam. Obvious. And I had Ozzy the BS filter show up, kind of clueless a little bit. I think he still believes, right? He still believes that BitConnect is not a scam, as far as I know, unless he says otherwise. Let's see here. Finally, in the notes section, last partitioned off, I have a video theme for this video. It's a wonderful life ending scene. So, and you'll understand why I picked that video. It is the holiday season, but once you watch this video, you'll understand why I picked that video for the video theme for this video. And then also in the notes section, I have another video, which you might actually enjoy and have fun. If you don't know who I am James Bond, as you can tell. I am a professional troll, and apparently I'm a meme artist now. I'm also a Bitcoin enthusiast. But this video is major online retailer stops accepting Bitcoin. Bring on the haters. YMB podcast episode 208. YMB is you, me, and Bitcoin. That is another YouTube show. I have it linked to a Pacific time on their live stream they just did today, and an address, their donational address. I basically got Daniel Brown to take his shirt off. If you're wondering how I did that, I was in the live chat, and I was kind of joking around. I said that I would donate because they were talking about Andreas Antonopoulos getting all these donations, right? People were donating. I think people have donated like $1 million to Andreas Antonopoulos. And so they were talking about, trying to get donations. It'd be nice to get that kind of money, people donating Bitcoin to them. So I was in the live chat, and I just said, as I always say to everybody, I'm going to send you 2 million Bitcoins right now. Of course, it's a joke. I'm a troll. And so I directed my comments to Daniel Brown, and I said, Daniel, I'll send you 1 Bitcoin if you take your shirt off right now. And he actually took his shirt off, and he's expecting me to send him 1 Bitcoin. I will send him some Bitcoins. I can't send him 1 Bitcoin. I think what is it, like $17,000 for him to take his shirt off? I think that's a little excessive. I would want something, for $17,000. I want you to do a little bit more than take your shirt off. Anyways, check out that video. It is hilarious. I was laughing. I was laughing so hard my ribs were hurting when that happened. So, but oh gosh, good times, man. Comedy gold. Check that, and check out their channel as well. Subscribe to them. They are fun to watch. They've been YouTubing for a very, very longer. Well, I wouldn't say longer than me, but they've been YouTubing about Bitcoin longer than me. I know that much. And then, of course, I don't have a link to my meme, which is hashtag yes2x, because I'm going to be making one today again with you, if you can bear through it. I think I have an idea what I'm going to do. And so we'll do that live. I think that's fun. I have a link to Pot of Gold. I have a link to that. So that's the Bitcoin Pot of Gold, and also the donational address to the Bitcoin Pot of Gold. It is a SegWit address. So it's a place where I've donated to the Pot of Gold as well, but other people have donated, and I think it's well over $100. I've given away 7 clues to the 24-word recovery seed, mnemonic recovery seed. If someone donates into it, I'll give the 8th word to I'll give away the 8th clue to the 8th word of the 24-word mnemonic seed. That's one way to win. So you could try to, as more clues I give, the easier it is to figure out the mnemonic seed. if you know the 2,000 words. If you go to GitHub, they'll list the 2,000 words in the wording for they use that generates the mnemonic seed. The other way to win the Bitcoin pot of gold is to figure out the password to the private key. It's an encrypted private key, so you have to get the password to get to the private key, and then figure out how to sweep the Bitcoins, because it is a SegWit wallet. So if you have a SegWit compatible wallet, you're way ahead of the curve. If you know how to decode a encrypted private key and use the private key with a Bitcoin sender, I think Kyle Honeycutt has made a Bitcoin sender. He also made a SegWit wallet generator and a SegWit sender that you can probably use that private key, and it'll run the redeem script and everything and sweep the Bitcoins. So anyways, so that's it. Let's go see who's all in the live chat here. So let's see. I have dual overhead camness. Brian McLaughlin, how you doing? Hopefully my mycelium did work. Brian contacted me earlier this morning, and it was interesting. His mycelium froze, like he couldn't get it open. I checked mine as well. I couldn't get mine open either. It was kind of weird. But now they work, because I did do a transaction today, and so it seems to work just fine for some reason. It's kind of weird how it just froze up at that same time. And then who else is in the chat? Julie G. How you doing, Julie? I'm glad you came back to the live chat. And then also DD8209. Hello. Who else is in the live chat? Let's see here. Andre Barnwell, Marty Wilkinson, the famous cryptocurrencies, FUD Machine. Let's see who else is in the live chat. Jacob TS. And let's see. All right. Welcome to the chat. I hope you all have fun over there. All right. Okay, so let's go let's go on here. Let's find the first thing. All right. So here's the Bitcoin pot of gold. Please scan the QR code to the left with the arrow pointing to the Bitcoin pot of gold. That is the donational address. If you donate, I can give the 8th clue to the 8th word of the 24-word recovery seed. And then that way other people can try to crack the recovery seed, and somebody's going to win all this Bitcoin, or I should say Satoshis, really. But I think there's over 100, definitely over $100 worth. And then the QR code on the right is the encrypted private key. So if you know how to use like an encrypted private key, or you have a SegWit wallet that's already compatible with SegWit addresses, you should be able to sweep it just fine. If you know the password to it, of course. That's also another way to win the pot of gold, if you're very crafty with that. If not, you can use a SegWit sender. I think Kyle Honeycutt actually made a SegWit sender. I did a video on that. It's very useful. It also generates paper SegWit wallets as well. And then the QR code, if you scan down in the middle, and that with the regular like barcode scanner, that takes you to another YouTuber, Yellow Fever for You. He's the one that gave me this idea. Thank you, Yellow Fever for You. I see 21 million club. I'm glad you made it. And if anybody wants a consulting service, 21 million club is available. I think he charges in Bitcoin. You have to pay him in Bitcoin, or maybe whatever other cryptocurrencies. So if you're interested, you can hit him up. And then also I see Rick. How you doing? Good to see you in the live chat. All right, excellent. And so let's go on to this here. This is Bond Trading View. It's my customized web page on-chain FX, OCFX. Really great site. You could actually customize and make your own. This is Bond Trading View. This is created by James Bond Bitcoin Live. List of top 55 coins and tokens compared to Bitcoin percentage and all-time high flagged for shorts. Let me refresh this because it's looking bloody. And the price of Bitcoin, according to on-chain FX, I don't know I'm assuming they get an aggregate of different websites or different exchanges. It's gone down. It was 17,000. Now it's $16,761. But you can see all the red here. And this is in Bitcoin value just in the last 24 hours. So Bitcoin's been surging for like the last 4 or 5 weeks. So if you can imagine, your return on investment with these altcoins compared to Bitcoin, you're losing Bitcoin, people. It's a lost opportunity cost. All right. You're losing out on making more money by buying and investing into these altcoins, because all these altcoins really are fractional representations of Bitcoin. And these are just in the last 24 hours. Look at all this red percentage in Bitcoin. All of them, actually. All of them are in the red, double digits. And well over 10% on some, well over 30%, well over 20% on some. That's quite a bit. Quite a bit. Wow. Ouch. Uh, well, did you make more Bitcoins today, Mr. Altcoin Trader? Probably not. Here's the flagged coins here I have for shorting or dumping to get more Bitcoin. This is in US dollar. Let's see how they look in Bitcoin value. Wow. Okay, this is their Bitcoin value. This is my new list. I make a list every night and it changes. It's based on my proprietary formula trading web bot machine. I don't have a trading web bot machine, but I do use a proprietary formula and coming up with these coins to basically short or sell or dump to get you more Bitcoins, because I'm here to help you. Well, at least I'm here to help the altcoin traders get more Bitcoin out of their altcoin. Or actually, I'm more or less here to show them how much Bitcoin they've lost and try to stop them from losing any more Bitcoin by dumping their altcoin, if that makes sense. Now, they're not all altcoins. There's some altcoins that you can make Bitcoins on. I think I've identified only 2 so far, and that is, believe it or not, it's Dash and Monero. They seem to range up and down, so you can have exit and entry points where you can make more Bitcoin. Okay, I believe those are the 2 coins that I've identified as coins that you can probably consistently make more Bitcoins. Now, other than that, there's your typical pump and dumps, which I have no clue. Social, if you use Salome.io, which is a listing platform that measures social media volume, I think that's probably the best indicator that you can use to identify pumps. So if you're into pumping, getting involved in pumps, that could be another way of making Bitcoin. But most likely, you're not going to be, if you're not starting the pump or you're very early and already have knowledge of a coin being pumped, you're probably not going to make Bitcoin. Okay, you're just not going to make Bitcoin. 21 Million Club says Poloniex is all red. Is it bloody? I'm sure it is. The Bitcoin dominance, according to on-chain FX right here, says that it's 66.95%, almost 67%. Total market cap dominance, or total market cap, over 418 billion with a B. B as in boy, B as in bat, billion. $418 billion. So very impressive. Anyways, I'll go over this later. Let's go on with the rest of the show here. Let's see. All right, so here's the address to Daniel Brown for YMB, You, Me, and Bitcoin. He has a show. I pointed that out in the notes section. I got Daniel Brown to take his shirt off because I told him I would give him one whole Bitcoin if he did that. You should check out the video. Man, did that guy, he jumped on it so hard. He jumped on it so fast. I mean, it's funny. It's funny. I mean, he must have known I was just trolling him. He must have known I was just trolling him, but you know, whatever. You know, I got a laugh out of it. I'm sure you'll get a laugh on it. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead. All right. I'm going to go ahead and send him $100. Okay. And if you're feeling generous enough, because it is the holiday season, you know, you can definitely do the same. Nothing wrong with that. So here I go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send him $100. I think not that I don't know if he deserves it, but you know, one thing I've learned from this community, and if you haven't already seen, like, if you're humble enough, right, and if you're not so like, how can I say, you know, if you really want Bitcoin and you're dedicated into promoting Bitcoin, and there's not an incentive because you're trying to make money, or I mean, if you have a genuine interest in Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin will come to you. Like I know Andreas Antonopoulos is like more famous and well known, but the fact that, you know, he never really got rich because he had to use his Bitcoin, he was practicing what he was preaching, and when he let everyone know because of, well, because of a tweet from Roger Ver, you saw the community come together and recognize the value of Andreas Antonopoulos as far as what he's done for the community. And then they definitely, you know, gifted him some Bitcoins, donated some Bitcoins. So, you know, if it kind of disgusts me that you see people who don't ever give back, right? And, you know, not that they have to, they don't have to, but, you know, if you keep taking and taking, right, then what's left to give to you, right? So be generous once in a while. Don't be foolish, right? Because there might be some scammers who's going to try to take advantage of donations. But anyways, let me go ahead and open up my Coinami wallet here, and I will send $100. I'm not going to send you 101 Bitcoin, but I will send you $100 worth of Bitcoin. I think I can definitely do that. I'm amazed at my one Bitcoin becoming, like, when I first did this whole thing with giving away Bitcoins and the treasure hunts, it was only one Bitcoin. You know, literally I started off with one Bitcoin, and it was like for $1,000. Now this $1,000 has turned into literally $17,000 worth. I mean, I've given away to some. Mostly Brian has won it. But anyways, let me go ahead and scan this, and I will donate $100. Oh, okay, not 100, $100. Okay, all right. And I'm not going to put a very high fee on it. My fee is going to be 227 Satoshis. I'm pretty sure it's never, or it's going to be a long time to confirm. But if Mr. Daniel Brown wants to use it, he can resend an unconfirmed transaction and put a higher fee, and it'll get confirmed. All right. So, you know, I'm sure he is probably going to use it. Looks like he's been using it. So I'm going to go ahead and send it right now. There you go. I'm doing it now. $100. I'm checking the address real quick. Make sure it's right. I'm making sure the amount is right as well. Just 100 USD. Well, let me see here. That's 0.00. I'm sending this guy 60,000 Satoshis. You know, in the future, that could be worth $60,000 one day when Bitcoin goes to like $100 million. So anyways, I'm going to do that anyway. It's all right. It's all right. Confirm, and it says, oh, wait a minute. Transaction broadcast error. Hold on. I don't think my low fee works anymore. Yeah. Okay. So my low fee does not work anymore. I'm gonna have to. Let me see. I'm actually gonna have to pay a hefty amount. Oh, ouch! I'm gonna have to pay $11. Okay, that's fine. I'll go ahead and pay $11. Ouch. Anyways, why not? You got to spread the Bitcoin, because if you never spread any Bitcoin, then how are other people going to get involved, right? So let's do that. I just want to make sure one more time. I don't want to send, well, if I send $200 by accident, that's fine. Let me refresh one more time, make sure it's not going to show up. Okay, let's see if I do it now, if it shows at least unconfirmed. Okay, it did go through. And let's see here. Let's see if it shows up unconfirmed. There you go. Oh, well, it said $100 on my Coinami. So, but anyways, I guess it's the gesture that counts, right? The gesture that counts. So there you go. All right, Mr. Daniel Brown, I sent you $100 for your efforts of exposing your upper chest to the world. So, all right, there we go. Anyways, so if you put yourself out there, right? If you put yourself out there and you know, you earn your Bitcoin by doing these live streams, by giving great information, or just be entertaining, yes, you can get some Bitcoin. And I've gotten donations before for myself, and I've never used them and never sent them out. That small amount of donation that I received has become like at least $1,000, amazingly. So anyways, let's go on here. Let's see here. Sorry, I haven't been looking in the chat. I'll take a little look here. Well, thank you, Andre. Appreciate the salute. And 21 million club says Andreas Antonopoulos is the real Bitcoin Jesus. But now let's not go too far in idolizing or putting somebody up that high, you know. But let's do give an honorable mention. You know, I myself have not really followed Andreas Antonopoulos. You know, I prefer. I don't know. I've watched some of his videos, but at the same time, I'm not into following a person per se. You know, if you have something to say, I'll listen, and you'll be surprised. You can learn a lot from the most obscure things, and you just have to go through a lot of. You just have to filter through a lot of things to find a diamond. Sometimes just going to like the most expert person, you may not, you know, it just things may not come to you. It's amazing how knowledge comes to you in the most unexpected ways. Okay, excellent. All right, so let's go on to the next one here. All right, so here it is. This is coming from Bitcoin.com. And this is another thing about Bitfinex here. Leaked report to shareholders renews concern surrounding Bitfinex. Okay, it says here, let me just read the first paragraph. I think that pretty much sums it all up. All eyes have been on Bitfinex in recent days, with the exchange experiencing dramatic flash crashes on select altcoin markets after having been the subject of a distributed denial of service attack, DDoS attack, last week. A quarterly shareholder update from the company has also been leaked, evidencing that Bitfinex is one of the major institutions purchasing UST, US dollar Tether, that's Tether, from Tether, the company, intensifying the controversy and scrutiny surrounding the relationship between the two companies. So I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the coins, especially IOTA, they've been moving up in price a lot. And also some of these other coins here seems to have experienced flash crashes. Neo, EPT, which I think is metaverse. I don't even ETP. How is that metaverse? Anyways, and OMC Go experienced severe flash crashes on Bitfinex. So if you wonder how Bitfinex is making millions of dollars a day, hello, Flapping Plemis. Good to see you. Hey, Pivix. We got Pivix in the house. How you doing? My voice is a sweet melody. Well, thank you. And apparently, I help dual overhead Camness with his constipation. That's good to know. You don't need lactose, not lactose, or what's that thing? Lactate? I don't know. It's not lactate. Whatever that constipation pill. You don't need that. Just go ahead and listen to my video, dual overhead Camness, and anybody else. If it helps you take a dump, my God. Matter of fact, I most of the time I watch all the YouTubers when I actually go and take a dump. So that should tell you something about those YouTubers as well. They must be just as good as me. So, anyways, there you go. Flash crashes. I didn't know about that because I don't trade on Bitfinex anymore. Let's see what else it says here. Oh yeah. Okay. So, a leaked quarterly update has evidenced that Bitfinex is purchasing Tether, USDT, um, USDT from Tether. Laxative. That's right. that's right. That's what it's called. A laxative. The recently leaked quarterly report of Bitfinex shareholder has intensified the scrutiny surrounding Bitfinex and Tether. And so, if you haven't checked this out, you should check it out. Looks like they're moving money between each other. Now, I don't know if they're really moving money or are they moving like IOUs between one internal company to the other. Let me see. Hey, Pivix. Yeah, okay, Pivix is asking, does anybody know what happened to Thomas G? He vanished. Well, I think last time I heard he stopped working or got laid off or maybe got fired, one or the other, one of those three. And so he started making, a lot of videos and everything. I haven't seen him either. I'm thinking, maybe he's made so much money he's made so much money trading on BitPetite and maybe even on BitConnect and trading all his altcoins. Although, if you've been watching my video, I kind of prove you lose Bitcoin by trading altcoins, and you have an opportunity cost lost. In other words, you would have made even more money if you just held on to your Bitcoins, or if you were smart enough, you cashed out your altcoin for Bitcoin, you would have made even more money. Um, maybe he's made a lot of money with his altcoin trading, and he no longer needs to do, YouTube videos. That's honestly, that's what I think. He's probably on a cruise. He's probably on a cruise, like, I don't know, to the Bahamas, Jamaica's, probably getting high or something. Or maybe he's in California. He's getting high in California, you know? And so he's probably living it up. Maybe he bought a Lambo now and he just doesn't need to do YouTube videos. Oh, Thomas G deleted everything? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and so on? Oh, wow. Well, maybe he's doing so well, he doesn't want anybody to know, right? He's making like hand over fist money from all the YouTube, videos that he's done showing people about all his trades where he was making, I don't know, 20, $30,000 a day or something. So, yeah, if I was making 20 or $30,000 a day, I wouldn't want like, people who are watching me try to like, I don't know, ask me for money or anything. So, anyways, I hope he comes back and makes more videos. So here you go. There's a lot of there's a lot to read here. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Uh, is this anything of concern? Maybe, maybe, maybe not. Who knows? It is good to know that there is concerns surrounding Bitfinex. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and sue Bitcoin.com and Bloomberg because they hired a law firm now. Anyway, let's go on. All right, so here's the other story I have here. Bittrex. So Bittrex selling private data and hiding the truth. Have you ever wondered, what does Bittrex do with all your private information after, they technically strong arm you for your private information. You go there, you could deposit, right? You could start trading. You could do all that without any KYC or AML whatsoever. And then when it's time to take your coins out, all of a sudden, they want to know who you are. Well, why didn't they ask that before you started depositing your money into Bittrex? So it seems like a strong arm tactic. I've kind of gone through that with local Bitcoins. Local Bitcoins kind of does that. You go in there and then you start buying and selling or whatever. Then one day, boom, your account is locked. You can't withdraw, and they're demanding your information, like your ID, your passport, electricity bill, your address. They also want a picture of you holding up your ID, so they could verify that it is you. What do they do with all that information? Don't you want to know? Well, it seems like they're selling it. They're making a little money on the side. Maybe they even are collecting that information and selling it to the IRS, to law enforcement, or maybe even putting it out there on the dark net market. Your information, is cost. Believe it or not, people will pay for your information. Probably want to steal your identity to make credit cards in your name. take out a loan in your name, all that good stuff. So anyways, there was a user who started questioning this on the Bittrex Slack, and he was banned from it. And so every time you have something like this, it kind of does raise an eyebrow, like, what is going on, Bittrex? And is this a bad practice by Bittrex, by an exchange? Yes, I believe it is. By the way, their address in Las Vegas, even though they show themselves to be in Washington, uh, it's a taco shop. Apparently, Bittrex is run out of a taco shop in Las Vegas. Now, do you really want your money on an exchange where apparently their headquarters is in a taco shop in Las Vegas? Why not? It's Bitcoin. It's cryptocurrency space. Go ahead. Put your life savings into Bittrex. What can go wrong? Anyways, let's move on to the next one. All right, so here it is. This is coming from Bits Online. If you had a Coinbase account, and you saw this today, there was probably a good chance you didn't dump your coin when the price of Bitcoin on Coinbase hit $19,000. $19,000. Wow. When I heard this news, I was like, are you kidding me? Because when I was looking at the price, I was looking at Bitstamp. They were still trading. I think the price was like just under $16,000. It was like 15,900 or something like that. And so I couldn't understand. I couldn't quite understand what was going on, and I was hearing like Bitcoin's at 18, Bitcoin's at 19,000. Well, yeah, on Bitstamp it was. So, anyways, you think with all the money, you would think all the money that they had, that somehow they would upgrade their servers with the influx of users coming into Coinbase. But apparently, Coinbase still has that issue, still has that same problem. So if you have an account at Coinbase, and why would you buy at Coinbase, right? They're thinking about implementing SegWit, right? They're going to report you to the IRS. Like once they start giving up information to the IRS, I know right now they're giving up information for people who are purchasing $20,000. Well, eventually it's going to be like just for the people who have purchased $20,000. And then slowly but surely, it's just going to be every user. Because I bet you once they figure out that there's X amount of people who didn't report on their tax return about their Bitcoin gains, they're going to go, okay, now we want every user who ever had an account with you. Every user. We want records of everyone. So why would you even bother with Coinbase at this point? Especially when there's other means of getting Bitcoin, you may have to pay premium, but how much is your privacy worth? Think about that. Think about what's happening in Bittrex, even on Poloniex, right? You're giving up your privacy. How much is your privacy worth? Like they're going to sell your, information. They're going to sell your name. They're going to sell your birthday. They're going to sell your, passport number or driver's license. So why would you want to give that up? I know it's hard for some of you to believe that this goes on, but it happens all the time. Happens all the time. And then on top of that, why would you, dox yourself on how much Bitcoin you have. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. All right. Cat fight. Ethereum users clash over CryptoKitties. CryptoKitties is exploding so much. Let me just read the first paragraph. It'll just give you a good idea what's going on here. Ethereum users are calling for a solution to the protocol's CryptoKitties invasion. As profiled by Coindesk, the cat trading game has grown so popular earlier this week that it was clogging the Ethereum network, slowing down transaction times. Now, however, congestion is reaching unprecedented levels, with a record-breaking 30,000 transactions stuck and waiting to be processed at press time. Wow, that sounds just like the problem Bitcoin is having. So does that mean Ethereum is broken? Is that blockchain broken? I mean, they have faster block times. What's the deal? And they have shorter block times as well. They have like whatever, I don't know what it is, 2 second, 3 second, 12-second block times. So considering that they would have this much just stuck in transactions, and here's the thing: once you pay a fee, right? Once you burn your gas to do this, you don't get that gas back. It's burnt. All right. So you spent money trying to send a transaction. If it fails, you lost that transaction fee. All right. You don't get that back. You'll get your Ethereum back, but you don't get the gas fee back. All right. You have to do it again. And so they're talking about trying to increase, right, the gas limit. If you know anything how Ethereum works, there is a gas fee, which is measured in GUI or WE. I think it's 0.05 WE is the minimum gas fee that you can put on. And then there's gas limit. The gas limit is based on the contract. You know, the more complicated it is, the higher the gas limit. I think 21,000 or 2,100 is the gas limit for just transferring an Ethereum to one address to another address. I don't know what the gas limit is on this, but they're talking about raising the gas limit and also raising the minimum fee. So what happens is less people are going to be trying to use this. Now, it defeats the purpose of this thing. So, you know, Ethereum has kind of benefited from not an empty blockchain, but empty. I guess they're trying to reach capacity on their blockchain, and it's at the expense of the miners and the rest of the users. So they want to, you know, this has been a popular, very popular. I don't even know why this is popular, but this has been a popular quote unquote DApp. It's an ERC 721 token, I believe, which is a non-fungible token, right? And so this has been eating up most of the resources that to a certain point, an ICO cannot be done anymore on the Ethereum network. ICOs can't even do anything. This is really bad. And their solution, believe it or not, other than actually probably doing another hard fork, their solution right now is, guess what? To raise the fees. Raise the fees. Now, isn't that the same thing that's happening with Bitcoin? The solution to a clogged network is to raise the fees. That's kind of what's been happening. When you get a massive amount of transactions coming in, you're going to get, you know, higher demand. To deal with that higher demand, you initiate a fee structure. Well, in this article, this is exactly what Ethereum developers and miners are talking about raising the fee. Now, the reason why CryptoKitties is so popular because the fees have been so small that it's worth it to pay and get yourself a CryptoKitty, breed a CryptoKitty, and then sell a CryptoKitty. The cost of buying and breeding and then selling a CryptoKitty, you make enough money to keep doing that perpetually. Now, as soon as you start raising the fees, okay, as soon as you start raising the fees, basically what's going to happen is you're going to basically not make it worth the effort into making a CryptoKitty, breeding a CryptoKitty, and then selling a CryptoKitty. Just not going to happen. All right. Anyways, I'll go on to the next one here. Hope you enjoy this article. Hello, Crypto Cartel. How you doing? Oh no, Bitstamp or Bitfinex. It's 14,150. Is the price crashing already? Oh man, that's too bad. Anyways, I'm glad I sold a little bit at the top. All right, this is coming from Bitcoin Magazine. And so let's take a quick look at it. All right, so let's read the title here. It's A Wonderful Life for a Bitcoin Evangelist as Community Expresses Its Gratitude. Yes, community expresses its gratitude. If you don't know anything about this by now, apparently, it was disclosed by Andreas Antonopoulos that he is Bitcoin poor. He's Bitcoin poor compared to Roger Ver. And let's see if I can find the tweet that actually initiated all this, started all this. All right, so here it is, right here. So Andreas is one of the most eloquent speakers on the topic of Bitcoin. But if he had invested even $300 in Bitcoin back in 2012, he'd be a millionaire today. That's from Roger Ver. Andreas Antonopoulos reply on Twitter. I did invest, Roger. Then, right here, then I sold in 2013 to pay rent. I don't have disposable income to work for 2 years without pay and invest at the same time. I should have gone into more debt, but that would have been irresponsible towards my family who I supported. Well, if you don't know by now, there's been, I think, an over $1 million worth of Bitcoin donations to Andreas Antonopoulos. So I guess the community feels that Andreas Antonopoulos has done a lot, which he has. He's evangelized quite a bit, spoken to many, many places, convinced many, many people. He also attracts a lot of people. I was never really into him. I'm actually trying to avoid celebrity Bitcoiners because I do believe you shouldn't idolize people. You should respect them. You should acknowledge what they've done, but to idolize, um, that's just not what I do. You know, if they have something important to say, let them say it. If you have something to learn from it, then go ahead, learn. But let's not worship another person just because they have some celebrity status. That's just me. Although I know there's a lot of people who would like to do that. So, anyways, enjoy the article. If you want to donate, go ahead. But you know, everybody had a chance. Everybody had an opportunity. Does it mean you're Bitcoin rich? Well, I guess there is a way to become Bitcoin rich other than actually just buying Bitcoin. If you can be recognized for the things that you do and people donate to you for your true efforts, for your genuine efforts, then you know things work out well. So it is a wonderful life to be a Bitcoin evangelist. You know, even though maybe you don't have $1 million worth of Bitcoin, generosity is something you cannot teach. It's something you cannot mimic, and it comes with a certain degree of humility because you understand what it's like. You can empathize. So, you know, when I see a lot of people who talk about how much Bitcoin they have, or they're, you know, whatever, they're millionaires right now or billionaires, but you got to remember that there's a lot of people who may not be, but yet have committed a lot of time and a lot of effort and dedication into really building this community. It may not be about money. You know, people have other things. Like, not everybody's single, right, with no children and no responsibility, to just go traveling all over the world and trying to promote themselves for the most part. People have responsibilities. People have real lives. So that should be considered. It doesn't mean that you've never done anything for the community. Having X amount of Bitcoin doesn't represent your Bitcoin worth to the community. It just means, you know, you have X amount of Bitcoin. That's it. You know, there's probably a lot of people who are very, very wealthy in Bitcoin that has never done anything for this community. The only thing they've been doing is really, in my opinion, living off the bandwagon, or just taking a free ride on the bandwagon, when most of the work that's been done, the hard work, the work that nobody gets any recognition for, nobody ever gets, you know, rich from, that kind of work, that actually is probably the most important type of work. Um, a lot of people who develop, who never really gets recognized. A lot of people who have actually sacrificed, all right, who have really sacrificed their time and to some degree their life to making this happen for everybody else. You know, think about that. I throw up the name. Maybe I should throw the name of Satoshi Nakamoto as an example, right? The guy walked away. I'm just gonna say it's the guy. You know, just well. Anyways, I'll just say that, okay, because I'm just speaking in my perspective here. Walked away from, which is now a few $1 billion, right? I haven't heard from that person since, and most likely will never hear from that person. So, anyways, there's my 2 cents on that. Um, hey, how you doing, Q bro? Good to see you. I see you in the chat. Anyway, so that's why it's a wonderful life. I got that in the note section in the video. You should watch it sometimes. Get a sense of what it really means to be respected in this community, and not for how many Bitcoin you have, but for what you've done. And so, can you be Bitcoin rich without owning any Bitcoin? I I think the answer is yes. You can be very Bitcoin rich. All right, you can be very, very Bitcoin rich and have less Bitcoin than Roger Ver or most people, and, you know, earning that respect from someone who has Bitcoin and is willing to donate that Bitcoin. That's probably worth more in this community than someone who has $1 million or $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Anyways, let's see what I'm going to be doing next here. Okay, so I'll probably do a meme right now. I'm going to do a meme, and I already got some pictures or material, medium, that I'm going to work with. So bear with me. I already select this out. Okay, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this picture, but this is coming from It's a Wonderful Life. Originally, it would be George Lasso's The Moon. Okay, so I'm going to use this. And then, of course, I'm also going to use this. I'm going to go ahead and use Andreas Antonopoulos. So I'm going to use these two pictures, make a meme, of course, because it's the holiday season. Let me read this. It seems like it's a quote from Andreas Antonopoulos. Let's go and see what it says. It says, Bitcoin will remain, in my opinion, a relentless anomaly that refuses to go away, a black swan that cannot be ignored or extinguished. Quote, Andreas Antonopoulos. So I'm going to take these two pictures here, this two pieces of material, my medium, my pieces to work with, and I'll make a meme for today. All right, because it is a wonderful life, everyone. Why not? It's that time of the year. It's the holiday season. It's December. It's cold. It is cold out here today. I am freezing, but I'm up here late night with all you guys, and thanks for being here with me. So let's see. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to open up my Photoshop, and let's make a meme together, shall we? All right. So I stopped sharing, and I'm going to go ahead and open up my Photoshop here. Just bear with me. So let's do another meme, and it's not gonna, it's going to be a little different. Let's see. I'm going to have to check out what the price is, but you know, we may not want to really focus on the price too much because, after all, it's gone up a lot. What is there to do? I mean, I'll do a chart analysis. I'll go over the mempool. I'll do all that stuff. I mean, it's been up most of the day. Most of the day, it's gone up. Like literally, I did a meme of 14,000. It's gone up to 16,000. I don't know what the price is right now, but you know, we've all, if you're a Bitcoin holder, you've all made plenty of money. Okay, and there's nothing shameful about it. If you acquired those Bitcoins, you acquired those Bitcoins. If you spent them, you spent them. You know, it is what it is. There's plenty of opportunity for all this, right? You're not greater or you're not better. Just realize that. You just are. All right, so I'm going to share here. All right, so let's see here. Let me, I'm going to take this. Let's save this here. Let's see what this is here. Okay, this is some kind of weird number. Let's just save it. And then I just need a black and white drawing of Andreas Antonopoulos here. All right, excellent. All right, so, okay. Let me open up my Photoshop. Let me open this up here real quick and just make sure I got the naming of it. Something with an IL on it. Okay, open up. IL. IL. There it is. There's that picture. Lasso the moon. Okay, so we're going to use this. This is probably going to be what I'm going to be using. And I'm going to try to turn this moon. Well, we'll leave it as a moon, but we'll just maybe put a transparent Bitcoin symbol in there somewhere. So it's the moon, right? Lasso the moon to the moon. That's the idea. And then I'm going to try to make this face here. I'm going to try to take, let's see if I could find 725. Okay, let's open that up. And let's make it 725. All right. Let's open that up. So I'm going to take Andreas Antonopoulos' face and then pretty much put it right here. I'll try to angle it in a way. Maybe I'll make it, you know, maybe I don't have to transpose it exactly. Maybe I could just make it obvious. After all, this is a meme, right? We're trying to have fun with it. Probably have to get rid of the Steve. I may have to just handwrite Andreas or even maybe I'll even get rid of the lasso of the moon, and I'll even just handwrite lasso of the moon, so it looks kind of quirky. You know, it's after all, the great thing about a meme is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be fun. At least for me, anyways. It could be like daunting for other people. But let's hold on here. Let me open it up into. Let's open up on my palette. This is my palette right here. Hold on. All right, let's make a palette here. I'm going to use my palette. This is my palette right here. All right. All right. All right, so let's get rid of these here because I don't need any of that. I do want my Bitcoin symbol, but pretty much I just want the white background. All right, so let's see where this fits in here. Okay, I can work with that. Just have to stretch it out a little bit. Let's just have some fun here. All right. Before I do that, let me find what my center is. Would like to know what the center of this thing is. So just, there we go. That's the center. All right. And then let's go ahead and scale this thing. Let's make it fit in somewhere. Let's scale it in. Let's see how big I want to make it. Should we make it a little bigger? Make it a little bit bigger. I'll make it big as I want it to be here. I think I'll just make it big as that. Just make it, let's make it big as that. There we go. Move it over a little bit. I think that works. That looks like it works just fine. It's big enough. I like the thumbnail. The thumbnail of it looks all right. Okay, I'll stick with that. I like it. Okay. Let's see here. What am I going to do with this thing? Well, let's do a couple things here. I'm going to add a masking layer, and I'm going to get rid of this. Let's get rid of this because I'm going to probably hand draw or handwrite a name. So let's just get rid of this. All right. Good old hand mouse work. Yeah, let's get rid of that. I don't want that in there. I'll just draw it in by hand. Or should I leave this? Should I leave this part on? I'm thinking about, let's, you know what, let's, I don't want to do too much work. I don't want to do too much work. Let's just leave this part right here. I'm okay with it. We want it to the, we want this lasso of the moon. We can leave that on there. Why not? We'll have some fun. All right. What do I want on it? I know I want this Bitcoin symbol. I know I want that. Ooh. Let's undo that move. The Steve. Now it's not going to be the Steve. It's going to be the Andreas, because remember, it's a wonderful world. Did I say that right? It's a wonderful world. Let me see here. How's it? It's a wonderful life. Sorry about that. It's a wonderful life, everybody. It's a wonderful life. That's what it's all about. I'm gonna make this into the moon. Yeah, it's really rough, but we could hide it a little bit and make it less transparent. So I'm gonna just make it less transparent so you could just barely see it. Just barely enough to see it. It's subliminal. Subliminal messaging here. That's what it's all about, right? Let me see here. I like that. And then I'm going to just mask it a little bit more to, well, actually, I need to move it. Just need to move it slightly. I may not even have to mask it that much. But we could just leave it like that. Why not? I think that'll work. Don't have to mask it. All right, that works. I like it. There we go. Lasso the moon, and then, all right. Let's get Andreas. Let's get Andreas in here. Let's get his head somewhere in here. Okay. Let's see what we can do. What's up? I need to duplicate this, and then I could add a masking layer on this, and let's see how much of it do I want to layer and mask. This is going to take a little. I don't know if there's a faster way I can do this. There might be. There might be a faster way I can do this here. I'm going to hold on here. I have an idea. I'm going to see if I can do this a little bit faster. Okay. All right, let's just do the old select. I love using color range. Or let me see. Let's see here. Let's go back to this one. Okay. Let me see here if I can just isolate Andreas and his head. I think this is going to work. Let's see, how much does it take away? I'm going to just move that sliding scale just enough. I think that works right there. Okay. Let's see if that works. I wonder if I need to invert it. That takes, well, that's all the white. That's not going to work. Let me see here. All right, hold on. I have to use this again. All right. Nope, the other one. So I'm going into a masking layer, and I'm just going to clean up in the inside here. This is going to take a little while, but you know what? This is what makes it fun. And just coloring all this all day. Coloring. Let's see if I can do this real quick. All right, that was pretty fast. I just really want his head. That's what I really want. I just want the head right there. There we go. And, should I get some of his color? I'll just get some of his color. I'll just get the color, right? Get the color, get the back of the ear there. Let's see here. All right. Let's get some of the chin. Let's get some of the color. I might have to clean it up just a little bit, but there we go. I just want the head part. That's the part I want. All right, excellent. And the rest of it can just be blank. I'm okay with this being blank. The rest of it can just, I'll just clean it up when I move it over. All right, excellent. That works for me. I'll take that, and then I'll do a little masking layer. Oh, perfect. Look how that works. Hey, how you doing, FUD Machine? We're making another meme here. Today's meme day. Why not? We're going to have fun. Now, I should be able to move this over like that. Yes. I think that might work. Gonna have to just clean it up just a little bit. Looks like clean it up just a tiny bit here. There we go. Just clean it up. All right, just clean it up. Clean it up. There we go. I think I'll leave his color on. There we go. He has a little blue glow on him, which I think I could, maybe it doesn't matter. That's right. He's like a Super Saiyan blue. You could have a little bit of glow, a little blue glow. And there we go. Let's see how big I want to make this here. Let's just totally free up that. I'm going to free it up. Transform. I'm going to free transform. That's how big it's going to be. Okay. And let's just scale it. Okay. And let me see if I can rotate it a little bit. I don't want to make it too big. So let's undo that. Undo that part. Let's see here. I want him to look up. Let's have a look here. Let's see. I want him to look up just like that guy's looking up here. So let's have a look. Tilt his head that way, his chin. Okay, that's great. There we go. What do you think? I think that works. What do you think about that angle? Does that angle work? He's a little bobby. There we go. Should it be just a little? Let me scale in just a little bit more. I think the head's just a little too big. There we go. Let's move it up just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Maybe move it back here. To the moon. You can see that number 3 on the shirt. I want to see, make sure he's now. Then his head looks out of place. Yeah, I think that works. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to work. I think you all know what it means. There we go. That's okay. I think that works. I think that's fine. Lasso the moon, and then the last part here is let's see here. Where am I going to put this last part? I need another layer. Okay, so okay. Well, that's not going to work. Undo that. I need black. There we go. Let's see. Does that work? I think that's good. That's probably a thick number. All right, so this is where I'm going to take my little pen here. Let's see if I can actually do this here. How do you spell Andreas? Let me see. How does Andreas spell his name? Let me see. I think it's this one. Andreas. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Andreas. All right. I'm actually, hold on, let me move that mouse a little bit over. So I'm actually going to just be doing this by hand here. Let's see, Andreas. I don't know. I should probably do a better cursive job on it. Let me see if I can do a better cursive job. Let's erase that. Let's erase that here. Let me do a better, let's do a little fancy Andreas here. Oops. Let me see. Let me try one more time. Let me try one more time. We'll do that one more time. There we go. Looks like it's handwritten. I like that. Hey, client Shizbig, Shibzig, sorry. And Tomcat, good to see you. Andreas Antonov. Okay, so after I do that, let's see if I can just bring that closer to the lasso. Okay, I like that, closer to the lasso. Should I put any text in this? Let me see here. I might have to shrink it just a little bit more. I want to put some text in here. I do want to put some text in here. So I'm going to have to shrink all these. I'm going to have to link all these. Okay, excellent. I'm going to have to link them, and then let me just scale it just a little smaller. Oop. Let me see. Well, can't do that. Let me see. I have to merge them down. Here, wait a minute. Let me see if I can merge. Just merge the visible. Hey Neo Geo, how you doing? We're making a meme here. Let me see. We'll merge the visible. I think I'm okay with this here. I'm okay with it. I just need to put well, first of all, let me check the price before I do that. What is the price of Bitcoin? Oh man, it took a huge dump. Holy moly. Man, look at that dump. Woo. So, all right, I'm not going to put in a price of anything. I think I'll just leave it as is if that's the case. Make a meme out of it. All right, so there we go. I think that works. I think that works. What do y'all think? So, unfortunately, I'm not going to put the price of Bitcoin because, after a while, 15,000, 14,000, 16,000, 17, it gets kind of monotonous to put a price on because we all know it's going to go up eventually. Unfortunately, it's just gone down, which kind of sucks. Really, really sucks. I was hoping the price would stay up higher all this time, but I think I think this works. Anyways, I'll do a chart analysis, and we'll get to all this here. Let me save this. Then I think this works. This is great because remember, it's a wonderful life. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Well, I think y'all get this. It's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life. Let me see here. Save a copy. We're going to save this copy as a JPEG. We'll name it good old hashtag yes2x96. Hashtag yes96. That's what we're going to save this as. All right. Let's see what happens after that. All right, we'll just close this down. And then I'll temporarily stop sharing here for a little bit. This into my Google Drive, and I'll share it with you all. Truly a piece of artwork. Yes, done live with you all. Remember, everyone, I'm a professional meme artist, although probably each and every one of you can probably do this with GIMP or whatever thing you have. Being a professional meme artist is, man, you think it's easy. It's tough. Not really. It's very little effort and work into doing this. When you are a professional meme artist, you say to yourself, it does seem tough, but is it really? Not really. Not when you take it serious, too. When you're not serious about it, nothing's that tough. It becomes hard when you take this stuff too serious. That's for sure. Let's have a look here. I'm looking for my file, but the computer is slowing. Hopefully it's not going to crash on me. All right. Finally uploading. Let's upload this baby. Hey, Will Campbell, how you doing? You made it just in time. You made it just in time. We're getting to the best part. All right, I'm uploading this file while I'm with all of you guys, so it may get a little choppy here on my voice. There we go. choppy voice. It is fun. Especially for me. I came from a background of digital art and photography, and you know, uh, it's fun when you don't take it serious. And obviously, I'm not going to make any money doing any of this, but Bitcoin has made a lot of money for me, and so I should do some. I should contribute some way to the overall Bitcoin community. And I guess this is my one talent that I have, my only talent, or maybe I don't. I wouldn't say it's my only talent. I'm sure I have other talents, but I think this is probably the best way I can contribute. You know, maybe is there really a meme economy out there? It's hard for me to believe such a thing, but at the same time, I have to recognize that doing these things does affect other people. It affects your psyche, and maybe puts a little pleasure in other people's life, or maybe doing memes put pleasures in your life that you can enjoy being in this space and connecting with others. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to put the link in the note section here for all of you to bask in this meme. Let's see here. Open this up here, and eventually I'm going to get it out to all of you here. Hold on. Yes, I'm almost done. Well, Andre Barnwell, you really are an artist? Wow. It's an honor to have a true artist in the chat. I don't know if I consider myself a real artist. I guess you can be whatever you want to be. I'm more into like photography. I'm too lazy to draw. You know, it's a lot of work. That's why I enjoy the internet a lot, because the internet provides content, and you just do your iteration of the content that you want to do. You don't even have to draw or color or know anything to do digital art, which is liberating. But at the same time, it's because of that liberation that it's also the reason why a lot of people consider like digital art like crap, because anybody can do it. Let me see here. I'm going to label this here. Let's see here. Andre Barnwell, you say, from one artist to another, your memes are original and dope. Well, thank you. That means a lot. What else did you say? You said there are meme artists in the music industry who make 70K a year, but that wave may be over now. Oh man, did I miss that? Oh, I could have made 70K a year just like doing this, like what I consider for fun, very very jokingly making these. I don't know how long this takes, 20-30 minutes of work. Let's see, I'm almost done here. I'm gonna save everything. All right, I got the link in the note section. It's gonna be yes to X96. And let's see here. This is, man, I feel like I'm getting really serious about all this stuff. There we go. Okay, I'm back here. I'm gonna do share my screen again. All right, there we go. Let's have a look at that. There we go. It's a wonderful life, everybody. It's a wonderful life. We should all appreciate the things that we have and that we do in this space. Every one of us contributes in our own way. We may not be developers, we're not programmers, If anything, the minimum we are is we're all users, and being a user and having some Bitcoin and being a part of an overall community is better than not being a part of anything. So that's better than I guess most of what I've ever done in my life. I've never been a part of anything that I would really say that was serious enough for me to do live streams every day and make memes like this. So hopefully you all enjoy this. Let me see. What else do you say? I can draw my name in the snow. DD8209, you are too lazy to work. Well, so am I. I'm right there with you, man. I'm too lazy to work. And you know what sucks is like the people who make a lot of money, it seems like, do they really deserve that much? Is it because of certain privilege that they had in their life that makes them like a good income earner versus someone who is like more creative and is able to like either see trends or start trends or understand the nature of maybe reality and how it's shifting from one flow to another flow, and you're able to capitalize on that flow. My experience here in America versus what I would consider other countries is that there is plenty of opportunities here to make money. And if you just, I think if you do it in a way that's in line with your beliefs, you can be rich without being monetarily, quote unquote, monetarily rich. Because if you look at history, people don't remember the wealthy businessman. Maybe the wealthy businessman donated and contributed a lot and maybe made a foundation. But history books don't remember those people. History books remember philosophers, artists, educators, teachers, some degree maybe religious leaders, um, but they remember just about everything, at least historians, that's made an impact on future generations, except for the businessman, the guy who makes the most amount of money. So do rich people make a difference in society? I think they do. In some ways, they contribute financially through like donations and foundations, but do they make an impact? If they do make an impact, they're not known for it. So it's hard to say. But again, we'll let history kind of decide and see how everything works out. All right, so there's my lovely meme. That's the meme for today. So let's go into all right, the price is getting lower and lower. Anyways, I'm sure it's going to go up. It's just taking a breather. Man, it was just yesterday. It literally was. I made a meme for 14,000. So the fact that in 24 hours it's 14,940, I think I'm okay with that. I'm fine with it actually. I bet you by tomorrow it'll just, well, I'm not going to say it's going to make new highs, but anyway, let's just let's look at the real quick before I start jibber jabbering too much here. Bitcoin's dropping to 2K. Well, that's a good sign. That means you'll get cheaper Bitcoins. Hopefully, you took out a little bit of your principal, or at least you got out your principal in the Bitcoin investment that you made. And this is all a free ride. If it goes down, you could take your original principal and now get even more Bitcoin. So, all right, so let's take out the mempool. The mempool is full today, very full. Let's see, it's almost at over 200,000 transactions in the mempool today. Let's see where the transaction fee. I did make a transaction today. I had to pay 300. It ended up being 310 Satoshis per byte. And that 310 Satoshis per byte got me into the blockchain in about, I would say, 20 to half an hour. I could have paid more, but I went to Joho mempool statistics. I looked at the mempool. You can see this yellow here. It's very nice. Look at that. It's highlighted already to where it is. So there's 300 Satoshis per byte. 300 to 500 Satoshis per byte is this orange. You probably want to be in that area if you're looking to get your blocks or get your transactions into the block right here. Other than that, it's building upon the 200 to 300 Satoshis per byte, and it doesn't look like it's letting down. It started, the mempool started building up at 6 o'clock, and it's continued to build up at 6 from now. It hasn't even gone down. It's like 12. Then again, it is Friday. So, well, it's Friday right now, but it was Tuesday when I started the show. So, oh, not Tuesday, Thursday. Thursday when I started the show. It's Friday now. We'll see what happens with the price. If the price does take a dip, it's still up from yesterday. I mean, the price is up from yesterday. Okay, let's take a look at the Bitcoin fees. Okay, so Will Campbell, you said a drop of 2,000. Well, like I said, like literally yesterday, I made a meme for 14,000, and here we are, almost at 15. It was at 15 most of the day. It went up to 16. So yes, it's a wild ride. But if you can, if people actually say that they'll buy the dip, and they actually do buy the dip, then I think you'll be better off. It's never a bad time to buy Bitcoin. You can see the mempool is just filling up a lot. Just look at this. Look at all the red here versus what's being transacted. Of course, a lot of it's being done right here, but wow, right now it's saying right here 440. So according to this, 440 Satoshis per byte. But you got to remember, this is kind of like weighted average. In other words, a lot of transactions have processed through, and so this is like not quite there. So 990, almost 100,000 Satoshis. That's pretty high. And what is that? That's going to be at least what, $20, something like that. Hey, CryptoKitties, how you doing? All right, CryptoKitties say just get that 20K ready, and maybe even your 21K ready. So, all right, CryptoKitties, you did say yesterday it was going to go to 1600, and you were right. You were right, and I did make a trade today, so I was able to cash out on some of the higher prices, but it is what it is. Um, Price is what it is at the time when I do a trade, so it shouldn't really matter. It's all profit anyway. I mean, you buy, you've been trading so long, and eventually, with the prices going up this much, it all goes up. All right, so let's do a chart analysis. Let's see here. Let's go to. All right, now let's do a chart analysis. All right, so here we are. Let's take a look. Did it move? Wow. All right, well, it's 16,000. It's gone up to 15. And let's see here. let's just go to an hour. I'm not going to do the long-term trend line. Let me see here. Let's have a look at some of the recent price. Let's see if we can make any sense of this. I just use simple lines. That's not going to work. Let's see here. Let's use this low right here. Let's just pick a baseline low. That's probably a baseline low right there. And let's see where else this thing is going here. Let's pick a couple lows. All right, there we go. All right, so that's on the 1 hour, and that's pretty much all I got. Let me just move it over just a little bit. And I think this is just a correction from the massive increase in the price. I think this is all that is. Like DD8209 says, the December 11th, rest in peace, Bitcoin, because of the CME. Well, if you participate in the CME and you short the market, you'll make a lot of money. And then you know, all it does is, if you did that, you're just going to buy. I'm assuming you're going to buy more Bitcoin, and then ride out the market again when the next pump happens. And so, all right, so let's take a look at it. This is, I think, a normal correction. To have this, I know it's $2,000 in price movement, but literally it moved $2,000 today, and to have it just go back. Consider this: yesterday, the price right now at $15,041 was higher than the price yesterday when I did the live stream. So I can't say we're down. I have to say we're up. So it's hard to say that we're crashing. It's really hard to say we're crashing. Anyways, let's take a look at some of the prices here. Let's see what the low was today. It looks like the low today was $14,239. So at least we have some range of prices. I think with this long wick right here, I'm hoping this is it. But if it does continue, let's see where the worst case scenario here. The next support area would be around 1,300, somewhere around 1,300, 1,300 and 1,300. I'm sorry, $13,000, 13,100, somewhere around there. And then there's this support right here, which I guess I have to take a look at this. Anywhere from 12,500 all the way up to 12,600, somewhere around there. It's a moving trend line. So that's just on an hourly real quick. Hopefully it can bounce back up. If this is the first wave going down, just the correction of the first wave, and then if it does push back up, it could bounce off of this line right here, which is at 1,600, somewhere, yeah, very close to 1,600. And then, of course, if it breaks above that, it has to break above the all-time high on Bitstamp, which is $16,667. So that's kind of like what we're looking for. So far, it's in a range of, let me see, 1,600 to 4,200. So 1,600 to 4,200. Yeah, almost like a $2,000 range right there. It's a little bit less. It's like what is it, like 18? Let me see. Yeah, it's an $1,800 range. Which, if you look at the price of Bitcoin, I mean that's seems to be within a trading range, so it's not that bad. So, anyways, let me go back up to the 12-hour. Let's see what's going on with that. Well, okay, so let me remove the lines here. Let me remove all the lines. Okay, and I'm just going to look at the average. So if you look at the average, here's the average line. This wick is touching the bottom or very close to the average, the moving average right here. And considering where the price was, there was a huge gap. Now that this gap here has been filled up, and it looks like all the longs have been kicked out. Anybody who had a long, your limit orders just got kicked, and you got hit. So if everything has been doing what it's normally been doing, it's been really riding really hard on this moving average, on the simple moving. It's a weighted, but it's a short-term moving average. It's a 10-period average. And so if everything works out just the way it's been doing, it probably will bounce off or hit this average here, and most likely will continue because the spot price is still above the moving average. So as long as the spot price is above the moving average, the short-term moving average, and also the long-term moving average, it's still telling me the price is going to go up. It's still telling me the price is going to go up. It's just a very bullish run. But when you make all-time highs and you're making these bullish runs, they can go on for a very, very long time. All right, and then again on the 1 day, it was making a very large gap right here. It's filled it with a little. It's filled it to some degree. It's left a little room right down here, but again, it's still a candle. The average and the candlestick is still hasn't closed. This is on a daily. Tomorrow, if the price continues to go up, this average can easily move up and look like it's touching the bottom of this wick, which makes it seem like you should have bought this dip. Hindsight 2020. Look, actually, the price is starting to go back up again. 15,268 now. So it could just. Was a simple minor, I guess, consolidation, if anything, and knocked out everyone's long. And then let's have a look at the 3-day. Wow, 3-day still has a lot of gap, has a huge gap here. But again, there was a lower price with the candlestick pointing down. When I see a candlestick like this and the wick pointing down, it usually means it wants to go down, typically, and it may still go down. So here's another price here. Looks like it says 12,333. Let me go back to the daily and give you a price of where this is. Daily price is showing 13,400. Okay, and then let's go on the weekly. On the weekly, wow, this still looks good. This still looks good. The longer term trend always trumps the shorter term trends. Wow, it still looks good. And the weekly candlestick, this huge candlestick right here, when I see a wick on top, it usually means the price wants to go up higher. It's pointing up, so that means price goes up higher. That's what I see. When I see candlesticks with the green candlesticks with a wick larger on top, or with a larger wick on top, that's usually bullish, and the price wants to go up. And if you just keep looking at this, it just looks awesome. It looks awesome. And if you've been trying to short, maybe on a very short trade, you made some gains, but on a longer term, you probably will lose out if you keep that trade open. So and people who are making these short-term short trades, once they get out, what are they doing? They're making a buy order. So then after they get out of their short-term trade, they're making a buy, and then prices are starting to go up. So so far, what I think, it doesn't look that bad. And yeah, crypto Cotter, you might be right. I mean, you were right yesterday about going up to 16,000. Tomorrow it may hit up to 20,000, and even the 21,000 that I was talking about. And after that, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I mean, my analysis would tell me, 3 times 7, which is 21,000. That would be a top. Maybe we'll finally get a retracement after that period. But if people are saying like 40,000, like 42,000, then you know if there is a retracement, it's just a retracement to go even up higher. If that's the scenario, if that's really the case, I won't know until I actually see more more data, more charts, more candlesticks, to get a better idea if 21,000 is an area where it's reached its limits. I think it's reached its multi-year like limits. Uh, that's just my personal opinion, but I won't know until I actually look at the chart and see if there's a lower low, like if it's going to be a longer term trend going down, or if it's just a retracement kind of trend, like it's just pulling back only to go up even higher. And of course, I only have a weekly to look at. It'd be nice if I can see a monthly. If I can see a monthly, it might tell me another story. I have a feeling the monthly chart is saying something else, where you're seeing a huge candlestick, really big candlestick. And so we're at the beginning of December, which is already showing a huge candlestick, probably most likely. So anyways, let me close this out as well now. I I think overall, no matter how you see it, well, let me just say, if you just looked at this chart, it looks very bullish, and so I can't imagine the price is not the price is going to start going down from here. It needs to actually show on a weekly. I need to see a red candlestick, and actually something that shows a lower low and a lower high. So to get a confirmed reversal, you need to see 2 lower highs and 2 lower lows. So you're saying use weekly candlesticks and reevaluate the J curve. Okay. Well, let's take a look at it. I mean, here's the weekly, and yeah, I mean, it looks overbought, but I still think. I mean, let's draw in my trend line. Let's just draw the trend line, my long-term trend line from 2013. So let's draw that long-term trend line. Okay, so that's the trend line, everyone. That's kind of where we're at right now. Let me just pull over a little bit to the right so you can kind of see where that trend line may go. Okay, so right here is 2013. All right, and this is my trend line that I've been using, and I've taken this number, which is around 7,000 right here, and I said, well, take that number times 3. That should get you to 21. Let's see. Let's just take a look at what the year comes out to. Okay, let's see if I can go to 2020. So I'm going to go to the year 2020. I'm going to see where this price lines up. All right, here we go. So this is kind of like a way to do time analysis. Doesn't always work, but it does help to give you a good reference in your timing. All right, I'm trying to get to the first week of. All right, so this is 2020, January the 5th, where this point is right here. And that's basically 9,944. That is the bottom line. So that's as for a timeline if you want to know. 2020 is also the year of the halving. So if it does come down from a high, or from the recent high from 16,000, let's say worst case scenario, okay, we've hit the top, or even if whatchamacallit, if it goes to 21,000 tomorrow and we hit the top, what can happen by 2020? Well, looking at this analysis here, which I think it won't go down. Well, it may go down this low, but if it hits and breaks through this line, there is other trend line that shows up here, and let's just take a look at that real quick. Let's do analysis of that other trend line. All right, here's the other trend line here. All right, so there's our other two trend lines here. So let's just use the last two trend lines as an example. And then let's go to 2020. All right, let's see. All right, so if the price started crashing now, and by 2020, all right, the price is $2,863 by January 5th, 2020. Okay, if we use that 2 trend line. So I guess pick your poison if you want to take this poison pill. So it's either $863 that's where it's going to crash down to, okay? Or if it's going to, let's see here. Okay. No, let me see here. All right, so there's the 2 prices right here. So let's see here, $9,904 is either going to hit that, or it's going to just continue all the way down to $2,826. So pick your poison pill, whichever one you want. But overall, I mean, if you just look at this thing, monster. And it'll probably most likely, I mean, it could easily go up to 21,000, and then, after that, who knows? Who knows? I'd have to do more of a chart analysis. Anyways, that's that. I still think it's got a ways to go. I haven't seen any signs of reversal or a crash. So that's that. And then let me share this. All right. Well, anyways, thank you, everybody. This was a long, sorry about the longness, but we had a lot of fun. I love talking to you guys. Thanks for the heads up, Crypto Cotter. I really appreciate your inputs on all this. I'd like to thank everybody in the live chat, Fun Machine, and also Crypto Cotter, DD8209, Fragility 666, Chart Analyst. Yes, I'm a chart analyst. I guess, you know, if you're into analysts or analyzing, you have a tendency of doing chart analysts. Client Shibzig. Thank you for chiming in the live chat. I'm just reading some of these chats now. Let me see. Fragility 66. Did you learn trading from a retarded CryptoKitty? No, I did not. Actually, it's a little bit of self-taught, but I learned the hard way. Like every way that you learn best when you learn the hard way, which is I lost a lot of money. And so let me see here. Who else is in the chat here? Julie G, thank you for sticking around. I'm sure you're just listening. Also, Will Campbell, thank you. Thank you for being in the chat. And Andre Barnwell, maybe you could show me some of your artwork. I always like seeing other people's work whenever you have a chance. Since it seems like you're the professional artist and I'm just a hobbyist meme artist. I'm the professional troll. I know I'm a professional troll. Am I a meme artist? I guess I could say I'm a meme artist. And then let's see, Neo Geo, good to see you. Tomcat, appreciate you guys coming in. 21 Million Club. Q Burrow, always good to see you. And Pivx, I don't know about Pivx. All the markets are crashing right now. And then Crypto Cartel, wonderful. Good to have you. Dual overhead camness as always. And then Patrick, there you are. Now I see you. And then famous cryptocurrencies. Thanks for popping by and being in the chat. All right. Let's see. Oh, Flapping Plymouth. I'm glad you made it into the live chat here. And then okay, I think that's about everybody here. Oh, and Rick, thank you for being in the live chat. First time I've seen you here. And Jacob TS, don't forget about you, and Marty Wilkinson, and Brian, of course. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you for being here. Please like, dislike, leave a comment. Also, I'll leave a comment after the live stream, or even do a video response. Until next time, everyone, stay tuned, and bye-bye for now.